Welcome to Variety, the children's charity telethon spotlight special. I am Lou Seipel, being joined by Sherry McMichael. She's the CEO of Variety, the children's charity, and this is a lot of fun.
We are so excited to be here again this year and to educate people and let people know about the impact that Variety, the children's charities funds are having on our community, and especially the kids that are living in our community.
Right, there are a lot of organizations that are benefactors of Variety, the children's charity, that you might not know about, and that's the reason the spotlight special is here today.
Absolutely. You're going to learn tonight about some organizations that, you know, maybe you haven't heard about so much, and they're flying under the radar, but are making such an impact in our community. We're so proud to be able to play a small role in the services that they're providing.
Yeah, and some of these organizations have been around for a long time too, and Variety has been right along with them.
Yes, we have, and we've been along with a lot of them for a long time, and there's some that are brand new to us.
All right, so you're ready to find out what's going on and how your dollars will impact with your contribution to Variety, the children's charity. Here's the number, by the way, 243-4660, 243-4660, 515 area code. Of course, Venmo is VarietyIowa.com or VarietyIowa.com/telethon. But ready to get the special started?
I sure am.
Because
let's get going.
It starts right here, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to start right here by going on over to the porch, because there's this very special friend of ours over here with a whole bunch of other people, and that's our buddy, Will Keeps. Will, how are you, my friend?
Good. All right, man. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Now, we need to tell everybody about Starts Right Here. Okay. What's this organization all about?
Starts Right Here is about starting over. We want people to understand that if you're going through anything in your life, you can actually change your life, and it starts right here to do it. It can be anywhere. What we talk about here, we talk about really doing things that engage in the community, engage in what they're doing to help what's going on in their life as well. We built, it's like a school here. You know, it's like an alternative school where kids can actually come here and get an education. We're working with the Moore Public Schools where the kids can actually get credits with Option Academy. They can actually get their own diploma here. We do have mental health piece here as well with Will Walker and Thriving Families. Kids actually play games here. They can work out. We have a studio so they can get in the, we got a lot of kids who love music. So they get in the studio and they really show their talent in the studio. And then we have the porch here. The porch is so special when it comes down to Starts Right Here, because in Chicago, I used to always sit on the porch. We'll talk about girls, we'll roast each other, but serious conversation will always happen on that porch because something was always happening in the hood. And so I wanted to build something where kids can actually have that same communication, that same gathering where they can actually talk about what's going on in their life as well.
Yeah, the porch is a safe zone, you know, and it has been while you were growing up. And you brought that image and that whole feel to Starts Right Here.
Yeah, and the kids love it too. We talk about some real tough stuff on this porch. And it's something, sometimes these kids don't like to talk about what's going on in their life, but on this porch they do. You know, they get comfortable and they just really just let it out. It's like they don't care if anybody around listening to them. They just really let it out. And we want to give them that safe place here.
All right, so Trinity, you're sitting on the porch right now. How important is the porch to you?
Very important, mainly just because of the talks that we had, just basically opening up to everybody and letting them know like how you really feel and stuff like that.
How has that helped you in some situations that you were in?
It's definitely got me through some things. More so my mom, she passed away when I was 13, and I'm glad I got to be able to talk about that because I've been holding in a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, and I just let it out.
Were the other kids that were here with you, talking with you, able to assist you in that? Or is it more the counseling that you got here?
More so, yeah.
More so?
Yeah.
So, Davion, what about you? The porch area, how important is it to you?
The porch it brings like people able to get everything they need to get out and to just be able to have somewhere you can feel safe at and be able to talk where nobody's gonna judge you about what you're going through, or being able to, you know, just get a lot of stuff that's going on at home, outside world of school, off your chest.
A judgment-free zone is what it sounds like, Will. And is that the whole intent of the porch in the first place?
Oh yeah, we want kids to be able to talk freely. You know, we don't want them to be afraid.
Now, what happens on the porch? We have a bunch of kids around us right now up on the porch. Do the adults interact with the kids, or you let the kids have their own alone time? How do you do this?
They can have their alone time, but we mostly come up here and we talk about, sometimes we just come up here and just chill. But we mostly talk about what's going on in the community, what's going on with our lives. I even open up to them sometimes because I feel like I need help. You know, I want to hear their opinion on what I'm going through. And so they literally will sit up there and counsel me, like really talk to me. So it's a together thing. It's us just being us.
Wow, Trinity, and when that happens, when people like Will come up there and they're communicating with you, how does that make you feel when he's entrusting you to hear his stories?
It definitely makes me feel better about myself and basically lets me know that, yeah, things are going to get better. It may take time, but it's definitely in a process.
But there is the ability to get better, and it starts right here. Now, you mentioned some of the things that you have here. We have the porch. You also have something that's right behind where I am. You have a workout area. Why was that important for you to have a workout facility?
I built the gym because I want kids to actually build their minds and their bodies. Sometimes in the world, when things are hard, sometimes we like to give up. But when you lift weights and they start to get real heavy, I want to push them and be like, yo, you got 2 more to go. You know what I mean? You can't stop now. So it's like a life lesson when it comes down to the weight room, and I want to instill that into everything we're doing.
Right, and now another area you have in this facility, which by the way is just south of the downtown area here in Des Moines, you have an entertainment zone.
Yeah.
Right, now what else do you call that?
I call it the game room. It's the Microsoft room, you know what I'm saying? I call it that. But that room is basically, once the kids done with their academic work, they get to come back here and actually relax and chill, play video games, watch videos, and just hang out. I wanted them to have that because, you know, you don't know what these kids are going through sometimes. And sometimes they just want to just hang out and want to just relax and not think about nothing else. And so I built that game room so they can actually go in there and do that.
Yeah, Avion, the game room important?
Yeah, that's important to me.
Well, what's your favorite game in the game room?
I can't really say. I don't play
You like
games,
them all, right?
Yeah.
Right, but it is cool just to chill in the game room, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then above the game room is something that is very near and dear to your heart, Will.
Yeah, and it's dear to these 2 hearts too as well.
Really?
She's actually a singer and he's a rapper. So we built like a unbelievable, beautiful music studio upstairs where they can actually record, they can actually learn how to record, you know, and be a part of something that they never, like you've never recorded anything like that before, have you? Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? And when she got up there and I first heard her song that she did, because she did a cover song, I couldn't believe it was her. I thought it was something on the radio. And then when I found out it was her, I was like, wow, like you really did a good job, you know what I'm saying, doing that song. And that lets me know that she is capable of going up there and killing it. When it comes down to Davion, this dude is he's so energetic, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to what he wants to speak about, what he wants to rap about, and he can freestyle like crazy. And so it's just so much talent in this place. And so the studio is it's like my office in a sense. We up there all the time just hanging out, chilling, and figure out new ways to create.
Yeah, you're shaking your head, yes.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd have a chance to work in a facility like that, upstairs in the sound room?
A lot of people don't get opportunities to where they can work in some place that look like that unless you got money. So being able to have that and being able to come here and, you know, being able to make music whenever, you know, it's just love to me because he didn't have to do that. He took that out of his own time, and he take his own time to help record us and, you know.
Yeah, but it starts right here.
Starts right here.
Well, and Variety, the children's charity, have also played a very important part. It starts right here. Tell everybody what Variety has done for you guys.
Variety is actually, it's been beautiful because, you know, it's hard sometimes for a company to help out somebody that's just starting. Like I had to give them my vision and let them know what was going on. And when I gave them my vision, they really they was like, you know what, we want to be a part of that. And so they helping us with transportation. They got us a 15-seater van, you know what I'm saying, so we can pick up our kids. Sometimes our kids, it's hard for them to go to school. Sometimes things just happen where they can't get to school, but having this van we can go get them so they can actually get to school and do their work. And I think that's powerful. And because Verizon, you know what I'm saying, trusted in me that I was going to make things happen, You know, it's unbelievable, because you got to understand something. I really don't have, it's so hard for people to, like, because I got a do-rag on my hair, scars on my face, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard for people to trust somebody who look like me. You know what I mean? And by them doing that, it makes me feel like I'm doing, it ain't about how I look anymore. It's about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And they believe that, other than looking at my appearance. And so it was huge.
Starts right here.
It starts right here.
Dr. Will, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Folks, that's what Variety. Go ahead and clap. Go ahead and clap. That's Variety, the children's charity, dollars at work, and you can help support Variety, the children's charity, right now. 515-243-4660, 515-243-4660. Venmo, folks, Variety Iowa, VarietyIowa.com/telethon to make your donation. We are here in a garage for a very special reason. We are with Lynn Vandenberg. She's the co-president of an organization here that has been helped immensely from Variety, the children's charity. It is called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, the Iowa Des Moines chapter. Lynn, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We want to talk about your amazing organization. First of all, what is Sleep in Heavenly Peace?
Sleep in Heavenly Peace is a nonprofit that is dedicated exclusively to building and providing beds for children that don't otherwise have beds.
And how long has this organization been around?
It was formed in 2012 out in Twin Falls, Idaho.
Oh, really?
And it has grown immensely since then. There are now 300 chapters across the country in Canada and Bermuda.
Wow. Now, as we can see around here, we have all the tools necessary for doing woodwork. And that's the whole idea, is you build beds for kids that don't have beds. How do you find out about the kids that don't have beds?
You know, over the few years that we've been doing this here locally, we've developed relationships with lots of 2.5 dozen local agencies, the Des Moines school system, Catholic Charities, Lutheran Services, Blank Children's Hospital, Broadlawns, Mercy. Lots of different agencies refer children to us.
Right, and Variety, the children's charities, is an essential piece of the puzzle, an essential piece of the bed as you build it, isn't it?
Certainly is. Everything we do at our local level, we have no paid staff, so everything is done by the blessings of donations and volunteers. And Variety has been amazing in helping the children that we serve through our organization.
What is the process of building a bed?
Well, we get a load of lumber. You may have seen one coming.
As we got here, there was a stack of lumber right outside your door and has a Variety sign on there.
Yes, indeed. Variety funded that whole stack of lumber. That is lumber for the next 20 beds that we will build.
Now, I want to ask about the lumber because over the past couple of years, we have known what has happened to lumber prices. They have just gone through the roof. And that is so important, especially now, to have the funding, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. The price of lumber has skyrocketed. The price of mattresses has gone up dramatically. And any supplies that we need have gone up additionally based on the increased shipping charges.
All right. So you start with a stack of lumber.
Yes.
Okay, and then who puts the beds together?
You know, volunteers. And we can use volunteers age 12 and up at any skill level. They do not have to be woodworkers. We provide all the instruction, we provide very detailed and down-to-earth simple plans and the supervision. So we welcome anybody to come volunteer with us.
So you don't have to be a carpenter.
Absolutely not. My favorite volunteer quote is, if you can brush your teeth, you can run a sander.
That is so neat. So you build the beds over here. We're on in the southeast portion of the city right now of Des Moines. So you build the beds here, and then what happens?
And then we have delivery days, again with volunteers. They come, they load up all the bed parts and the mattresses and bedding, and they go out and they spend a few hours, typically on a Saturday morning, but whenever we have enough volunteers, we set up deliveries. They take all the pieces and a tool bag and they go to the child's home. And one of the wonderful thing is our volunteers are really good to engage the children in building their own beds, which the kids always find really exciting.
Yeah, we saw that, and the beds are pretty heavy duty too. You see, you know, the kind of lumber that you're using here. Why don't you grab that, and I'll show you this here. This is some heavy duty lumber, so this is going to last for a long time, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. They are not, you know, looking like fine furniture, but they are very sturdy. And when I think about before they had a bed, most of the kids we served were sleeping on a floor.
Wow, and that's amazing, is the day and age that kids are sleeping on floors or piled up on couches somewhere, but that's not a bed.
No.
And how important is it for a child to get their really good quality sleep?
Oh my goodness. There are national studies by the National Sleep Foundation that show that when children have poor sleep, they have an increased risk of overeating, obesity, which can lead to diabetes. Certainly attention problems. You think about when you're sleep deprived, how you find it hard to pay attention. Behavior problems in school, so it can affect their academic achievements, and certainly social issues with their friends and family. Wow. So if we can provide a bed, that is one piece to them getting a good night's sleep.
Wow, and some of the funding that they receive from Variety, the children's charity, what does it cost in a ballpark figure to create a bed nowadays?
Each bed, and as I mentioned, complete with new mattress and all the things that go with it, is $250.
All right.
So they're expensive.
They are expensive, but absolutely necessary. And what are the costs to the people receiving the beds?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a penny. We show up, we bring the bed, we get to meet lovely, lovely families and their lovely, lovely children. And we're happy and privileged to be able to do that in partnership with Variety, the children's charity.
Now, when you come into a home that might have multiple children in the home, we saw that you have bunk beds.
We do.
That you build too. How cool is that, huh?
We have set up as many as 7 beds in one home, so 3 bunks and a single bed.
So you'll find out how many kids are in a home, and you'll make sure that they have the beds.
Correct. We provide beds for children ages 3 to 17 who don't otherwise have a bed.
That is absolutely amazing. That is incredible you do it. And how many beds do you think you have helped create since you started this?
Well, we started our chapter in late 2018, so we're just over 3 years, and we have built, outfitted, and delivered beds to 520 children.
How about that? And what are you on track for this year? Do you think you'll be able to hit the magic number?
I think this year we'll be able to supply at least 300 more beds.
300 more beds, really?
Which we're really going to need to do because our waiting list today has the names of 165 children that are hoping for beds of their own.
That is awesome. The work you do is incredible, getting kids the sleep that they need at no cost to them with help from Variety, the children's charity. What would you tell someone right now if they're watching this and they're saying, you know, I'm thinking about supporting Variety? What would you tell them?
Oh, absolutely support Variety. Variety does such wonderful work. They have not only helped support our organization, but dozens, hundreds of organizations that help children in need. These children come from families that are doing the absolute best that they can, and we need to help them when we can. They are our next generation of citizens, so let's make sure that they grow up well.
Lynn Vandenberg, co-president of Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Iowa, the Des Moines chapter, thank you so much for everything you do for the kids.
Thank you for having us, and thank you to Variety, the children's charity, for helping us out and helping so many children across Iowa.
Welcome back to Variety, the children's charity Telethon Spotlight. Sitting here with a couple of presidents of Variety. We have Brad Winterbottom, the past president, and Gabe Olson, the current president of Variety, the children's charity. Brad, you're also the Telethon honorary chair this year, but you got involved in Variety a long time ago.
1981.
Wow.
Yeah, I started my career in banking, and the bank that I was with, there were several other people involved with Variety, and it was time to give back to the community, and they kind of had me sucked in very early, and anyway, doing a few events, chairing a few events, got on the board, and in the mid-90s became president, and I was very young, and still am, by the way. And anyway, my wife and I jumped in, and once you're in, it's really hard to get out, and you don't want to get out.
All right, what makes Variety so special?
Oh, you're helping all sorts of kids of needs, and you know, what better than to take care of the next generation?
How about that? And Gabe, current president.
Yes.
Right now, you got involved with Variety how long ago?
Similar story. So he hired me right out of college. A year in, said, you need to get involved, and I got sucked into Variety right away.
But it's a good thing,
It's
though.
excellent. West Bank has always done the banking and tabulation for Telethon.
Right.
That's where I got started. A couple years into doing that, and I joined the board and couldn't love this more.
Right. Now, we're going to be spotlighting something else that is really neat that we want to let everybody know about. Tell us what's in front of us.
Yes, so we have sleep sacks in front of us. These are going to be distributed at the area hospitals. We have a winter version and a summer version. The most important piece of this is it really helps provide safety against SIDS. You are not swaddling a baby in a blanket and waking up and the blanket's all over the crib. This will hold onto their body well and keep them warm and the right temperature. So
Now, where are these going?
these are going to Mary Greeley, Blank, Mercy, and Broadlawns.
Okay, so then this is no cost.
No cost.
No cost.
No cost to kids leaving the hospital. They will remember our great partnership that we have with the area hospitals with our logo on the front.
And this is just one of the things that Variety does with your contributions, with your donations. Again, in case you're wondering, the phone number is 515-243-4660, 515-243-4660. It sounds like Variety is just special to both your hearts.
Absolutely. I will also tell you that since 1981, I remember Variety gave a lot of money to the hospitals, the area hospitals, and we continue to do that every year. We buy equipment for them, all kinds of equipment. We've assisted in new buildings, new areas in the hospital that they've expanded into, and Variety has always been a very good partner with the hospitals to help the kids in need there.
Well, Presidents Gabe and Brad, thank you so much for everything you've contributed to Variety, the children's charity, and thanks for telling us about the sleep sacks.
Thank you, Lou.
We are very excited to be with Brett Wilsey. He's the Senior Vice President of Direct Store Delivery for Fairway Meat and Grocery, and he's about to deliver a very substantial check to Variety, the children's charity. First of all, how long has Variety and Fairway been together?
We've been proud to be a Variety supporter for more than 30 years.
Wow, that is very impressive, and it seems like it has a special place in Fairway's heart. Variety does. What are some of the things that are so special to Fairway?
Variety does an amazing job taking care of our youth that are living with special needs, at risk, and are critically ill.
Now, throughout the year, Fairway Meat and Grocery does fundraisers for Variety so they can present a very large check. What are some of the things that you guys had a chance to get involved with this year?
We do numerous fundraising activities for Variety. The biggest one is our roundup that happens at our registers for a period of time during the year, and our customers amazingly.
That is really popular, isn't it?
Yes, our customers stepped forward and donated $178,000 worth of funds at the register, which is really
Oh my
cool.
good, and it's so easy to do, and it has become a tradition with Fairway doing the roundup and selecting certain charities, and so Variety's the benefactor this year of that, but it seems like it goes beyond just that. What else have you done?
Our next biggest is our employee auction that we hold online for all of our employees to help support Variety, and that raised nearly $100,000 this year.
Really? And we're talking about everybody involved with Fairway Meat and Grocery, from the CEO, Reynolds Kramer, all the way down to the people that are just starting off, maybe who bring groceries out to your car. Everybody gets involved, don't they?
Absolutely, that's the biggest part. Is it's a whole family environment. Everyone supports.
You had a big thing at the zoo, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We invited all of our employees to come down to the zoo to kick off that event.
How about that? All right, so we raised a lot of money over the past year. Fairway Meat and Grocery raised a lot of money for Variety, the children's charity. Are you ready for the big reveal?
I am.
All right, we have to call on the talents of Sherry to bring in the check. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sherry, look at this. $300,000. $1,000. What is this going to be able to be done with this kind of money?
Oh my gosh, this, thank you. First of all, thank you very much. This just really enables us to go out and make an impact with children throughout the state of Iowa. And it just means so much to have the support of Fairway and to be able to go to all 4 corners of the state.
That is awesome. To all the customers of Fairway Meat and Grocery and all the employees of Fairway Meat and Grocery, thank you on behalf of Variety, the children's charity. We are at the Jeff and Deb Hansen Home for Hope, which is also the home for the Children's Cancer Connection, to talk about the long relationship that the Children's Cancer Connection has with Variety, the children's charity. Jennifer Hines, the CEO of the Children's Cancer Connection, Jordan Reed, the camp director, and Cassidy Utesh, the program coordinator, joining us right now. And Jennifer, this history goes way back, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Since our inception in 1988, Variety has been a key partner of ours. So for the past 34 years, they have been instrumental in supporting our camping program and helping it grow into the big Camp Heart Connection program that we have today, serving over 500 children throughout the summer.
Wow, it is an amazing program. And Jordan, tell everybody a little bit about the Camp Heart Connection, because this is something really special.
Yeah, so our Camp Heart Connection actually houses 5 separate camps. So we actually have our Oncology Camp, our Sibling Camp. We have 2 separate family camps, day camp. And then what's really new is Variety helped us start our camps from the very beginning. So what's really special is that they are helping us start our brand new teen camp this year.
Jordan, tell us about the unique challenges teens face and how the Children's Cancer Connection is helping.
Yeah, so with Variety's help, we're really excited to be able to expand our camps and provide that teen camp this year. We understand that teens go through unique challenges emotionally and physically at their age, and that they build the best strength by just being together and bonding. And so we're really excited to be able to offer this teen camp where they can just have a weekend to just really sit with each other and just bond and have a great time.
That's amazing. Now, Jennifer, there's a lot of programs that Children's Cancer Connection is offering. How many do we have now?
We have over 60 programs to serve families and children affected by childhood cancer throughout Iowa. So one thing is we serve the entire family for the entire journey. So we have programs for families, parents, as well as the oncology and sibling campers.
So Cassidy, tell me about the year-round teen activities.
So we have Exploration Expedition, which is a great opportunity for teens to get involved. Last year we went to Sioux City, Iowa for a day trip, and it was a lot of fun.
What'd you do when you went to Sioux City? Just checking things out?
So we went to Sioux City, we visited a couple museums that they had to offer. We also explored Stone State Park, and then we had gone to a candy shop and also finished the day off with ice cream at the ice cream parlor.
Candy shop and ice cream?
Yep.
I think every teen's gonna love that. And this program is just getting going, and so you have another trip planned for this year. Where are you going this time around?
So this year we're going to Dubuque, and we're going to see an aquarium, visit Makokata Caves, and also finish the day off with a hockey game.
Oh, definitely. You have to go check that out. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, aren't you?
Yes, it'll be a great time.
Yeah, and none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for Variety, the children's charity. Now, one of the things we talked about earlier were the camps. And the camps, when they started so many years ago, it was 1 or 2 camps for the year. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so it used to be only Oncology and Sibling Camp.
And explain what that is.
Yeah, so our Oncology Camp is for any oncology patient either on or off treatment, so they could be a survivor or still going on active treatment, which is really special. So we have a big medical staff that comes and helps out during the week. And then our Sibling Camp at the time was a huge brand new thing because not a lot of other camps offer programs for siblings, and so we were very happy to be able to do that.
And that's one thing Children's Cancer Connection was very aware of, were the siblings of the cancer patients at times, and this is sad to say, maybe felt a little out of place, and they're being left behind. And this way, Children's Cancer Connection made sure those kids were not left behind.
Yeah, so unfortunately, siblings, as you said, it's kind of hard to say, but they unintentionally get put on the back burner sometimes, which is completely understandable. Parents are worried about the kids in the hospital. They often get pushed to grandparents or aunts and uncles. And so we wanted to be able to provide them with a whole week, just very similar to what their siblings had, to where they could have time just for themselves and bond with other siblings who are going through the same journey.
Exactly, and that's the key too. With the Oncology Camp, kids are together that are going through the same thing, and then with the sibling camp, siblings are together going through the same thing, so everybody can relate, and that has been so successful.
Exactly.
Do we have any idea about how many kids have gone through the program like that?
So each year we have about 500 children attend our camps. Of that 500, about 200 are oncology campers and about 300 are the siblings. And then within that group, within the 500, about 250 are that teen group that Variety is helping us serve this year.
Wow, when the Children's Cancer Connection first began its journey so many years ago, it was vital. It was so important that Variety, the children's charity, was there, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I am told by my predecessor that Children's Cancer Connection just would not exist without the support of Variety. You know, we started out, we're a standalone nonprofit. We're 100% donor funded. We don't have an overarching organization that can support us. So we really rely on the support of organizations like Variety, the children's charity, to fund our programs because they're 100% free of charge to our families.
Yeah, it must make you feel so great that an organization has stuck with you from the very beginning and is going to give you the ability to continue to grow. Much like the space that we're in right now. This organization has grown leaps and bounds over the more than 3 decades it's been around. Absolutely. And you're saying that it would not have been possible if it wasn't for Variety.
I am certain it would not have been possible without Variety's support.
So that's what we're doing here, folks. We're raising money for Variety, the children's charity, with this telethon spotlight. Here is the number to call. Again, it's 243-4660, 243-4660, 515 area code. If you use Venmo, Variety Iowa, or VarietyIowa.com/telethon will get you right to a page where you can donate directly. Really simple to do, and now you know another organization that benefits from Variety, the children's charity. Hi again, everybody. As we are learning here tonight, Variety, the children's charity, helps so many organizations take care of kids right here in Iowa. And we are so grateful for the many great companies that step up and offer financial assistance through their own fundraising efforts throughout the entire year to help us accomplish these goals. Now, last year, Variety, the children's charity, distributed grants to over 86 organizations across the state of Iowa to the sum of over $2.1 million to help promote programs to further Variety's mission of improving the lives of children who are at risk, underprivileged, critically ill, or living with special needs. For nearly half a century of Variety telethons right here on Local 5, there was a familiar way of those who are watching could help Variety, the children's charity. Do you remember the Miracle Pledge? Simply $1 a week for a year. That's $52 that can really make a difference in a child's life. There's also the Double Miracle Pledge. That's $2 a week, and even VIP, Very Interested Person Pledge of $10 a week. These pledge opportunities were the easiest and most convenient way for those watching to make a donation and help the kids. And you can still do that today, right now, as a matter of fact. If you pick up your phone, use your smart device, or jump online, you can help. 515-243-4660 is the phone number, 515-243-4660. Variety Iowa, if you like using Venmo, it's that simple, and VarietyIowa.com online. You can make that Miracle Pledge of $52, Double Miracle Pledge of $104, VIP Pledge of $10 a week, which is $520, or maybe you can spare $10 or $20, knowing that every penny of every dollar donated will be used to further advance the well-being of kids right here in Iowa by helping Variety, the children's charity. All right, let's learn more about some of the great organizations that Variety, the children's charity, has helped out. The courtyard of the Richard A. Clark Municipal Service Center, which is home base for Des Moines Park and Rec. And you're asking yourself right now, what does Des Moines Park and Rec have to do with Variety, the children's charity? Well, we are going to tell you because we have a couple of very special guests joining us. Sarah Lohmeier and Brooke Avila are here from Friends of Des Moines Park. Sarah is the executive director. Brooke is the board chair of Friends of Des Moines Parks. What is the relationship between Variety the Children's Charity and Friends of Des Moines Parks?
Well, as Director Ben Page said, Variety is probably the Friends' oldest and dearest friend.
Really? And why is that the case?
So our organization was reconstituted in 2008, and that first year, the board members that were pulling things together pooled their own funds and identified the greatest need in the community was for swim lesson scholarships.
Really?
Yes. So that first few years, they were trying to raise money through friends and crowdfunding, and then the Variety Partnership was born in 2012. They applied for grant funding, and that partnership is now over 10 years old.
How about that? So really, at the very beginning of Friends of Des Moines Parks, they really were, as you mentioned, looking for friends to help them help with community type projects. And you discovered that the scholarship for swimming lessons were in need. And that's the need that you fulfill.
Absolutely.
Right, Brooke, and how important of a need is that here?
Oh, so we've been in the 10+ year relationship we've been able to help over 7,000 children. 7,000
kids?
Yes,
Really?
benefit from this wonderful opportunity and partnership.
And what kind of children are involved with the program?
So it can be refugees. We had this past summer an opportunity with ELLL program to come in as well and be part of it. Any sort of underserved community that may need to also take advantage of this opportunity. Really anybody in the Des Moines area that needs the opportunity to learn more about swim lessons.
Yeah, and this is the ability to pay for the swim lessons, and that's what the scholarships come into play. And that's where Variety, when you apply for the Variety funding, that's where they came through.
Absolutely, absolutely. They filled a critical need for us that otherwise the Des Moines community wouldn't have.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the 7,000 kid mark. That is absolutely amazing. But you teach kids this vital skill, the lessons that they need, and you found that a lot of these kids didn't have any idea of how valuable swim lessons were, weren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so you have the swim lessons, but now you guys are holding some pretty fancy kickboards there too. It's not just swim lessons that Variety's helping you with. You also mentioned some of the equipment involved with that too. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So that was one of the things we were noticing, was that the equipment was also in need of an update, and Variety again stepped up and said, hey, we're here to help. And so they provided us kickboards. I apologize, of a gift, over 200 kickboards to us. Yeah, a gift of about $3,000, allowing us to put that out in the, again, the pools, so then kids, as they're learning, have one more resource available to them.
See, I bet you didn't realize how expensive kickboards and equipment like this is, but this is vital, Sarah, for making sure the whole program works, isn't it?
It is, it is. This is just one, like Brooke mentioned, just one tool that they can use for these lessons to get these kids where they need to be.
So it just fulfills everyone's, hearts to see what Variety the Children's Charity is doing with the monies when they apply for these. Now, is this something that is going to be ongoing, you think, Sarah, for Friends of Des Moines Parks, with continuing with the swim lesson scholarships?
Absolutely. So we fortunately were already approved for our 2022 swim lesson program. So yep, we actually got an increase this year. So we're very excited.
So you could be able to help even more.
Even more, yep.
That is, I had no idea.
Yep.
That's what Friends of Des Moines Parks was all about. I always saw the golf outings that we were there, or the trail work that you did. Have no idea about the kids and helping them with swim lessons. But speaking of kids, is Variety the Children's Charity. And Variety the Children's Charity has also helped out with something else that's very special in this community, isn't it?
Absolutely. So in 2014, we did the inaugural first all-inclusive playground with the Ashley Oakland Playground, so which is great. It had over 56 all-inclusive elements as part of it.
And that's been that long ago.
Right, absolutely. And so it's a wonderful playground. And the resources, and like I said, the ability that everybody can come there and have access to a playground and be able to enjoy it. So
that is amazing. And all those different stations for the kids, and all the kids could enjoy it. That's the key thing. But Sarah, you guys weren't done there, because Friends of Des Moines Parks have recently added another one. Tell us about that.
I know, we just can't get enough of Variety. They are such a wonderful partner. If you have not been out to Riverview Park to visit the Variety, the Children's Charity Playground, you must get out there. It's an incredible all-inclusive playground, over 70 elements included there. But yeah, so that was just completed in 2020.
Yeah, and the thing about the Riverview, location of the all-inclusive playground is they incorporated some of the classic and the much remembered Riverview fun things, like the mousetrap, and then some of the photos that they have around that all-inclusive playground. What has been the feedback from people that have used both of these locations, both of these playgrounds?
Just incredible. I think it's drawn people from certainly outside of the Des Moines area, but I think I've heard, people, I haven't been to Riverview Park, and I took my kids there and they absolutely loved it. And so it's become a signature park, certainly in the system.
So how does that make Friends of Des Moines Parks feel when you hear feedback like this, and you know that the monies that you're receiving from Variety, the children's charity, is helping out so many people?
It's the best feeling in the world.
Really. Now, for those people that are watching right now, I'm going to give you this opportunity for you to tell them how important Variety is to the many things that you do.
Absolutely. They've been such a wonderful partner and a core partner in us being able to grow as the Friends of Des Moines Parks. I mean, their commitment to the city of Des Moines, to the Des Moines Park and Rec system, and also the Friends of Des Moines Parks has allowed us to just grow upon that first opportunity of swim lessons, into kickboards, into the playgrounds that we've created. And I mean, that just makes the opportunities endless. As we know, with over 76 parks, 4,000 miles of trails, the opportunities are endless. And so how do we continue to expand on those things? And with great partners like this, they've done such amazing work, and so thank you is just not enough for everything they've done. And we look forward to that continued opportunity.
So folks, that's where some of your funds are going when you make a contribution to Variety, the children's charity. Here's the number again. It's 515-243-4660. 243-4660. If you have a Venmo account, Variety Iowa, VarietyIowa.com/telethon for a real simple way to make a donation and help out organizations like the Friends of Des Moines Parks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we've made our way to Child Serve in Johnson. We're at the headquarters with Dr. Terry Walling. She is the CEO of Child Serve, and Nancy Baker Curtis, better known to everybody as Charlie's mom. And we're going to learn about Charlie here in just a little bit. But Dr. Terry, the relationship between Child Serve and Variety, the children's charity, goes way back.
It sure does, Lou. Over 43 years, our partnership with Variety, our missions are so well aligned to improve the lives of children in Iowa. And in that 43-year period, Variety has been with us every step of the way, helping us raise funds to buy equipment and expand our services.
Yeah, so really, Child Serve, the success of Child Serve really is because of the contributions from Variety of Children's Charity.
We couldn't do what we do without Variety's support. Wow. At the time we first partnered back in 1979, we were serving about 100 children. Fast forward 43 years, we're serving over 5,000 children from across Iowa who have special health care needs.
Now, you mentioned that. You said serving children with special health care needs. Explain what that is.
Children who have developmental disabilities or maybe an acquired injury need supports. They might need physical, occupational, speech therapy. They might need community-based services like respite or supported community living. We also have the state's only inpatient pediatric rehabilitation unit for children who've had a brain injury or a spinal cord injury. It's a huge array of services, and we are so grateful to Variety for helping us get to where we are.
Yeah, amazing services that you do provide. And one of those services happen to be in the area of mobility. And we've seen Charlie in the past. Charlie is a really cool dude. And Nancy, you have to be a proud mom.
Oh, I am, Lou.
And tell us about Charlie.
So Charlie is 6 years old, and he was born typically, and at day 6 of his life, he contracted septicemia and was hospitalized for 30 days. While he recovered from that hospitalization, he continued to struggle in other ways developmentally, and after a long series of genetic testing, we learned that he has something called a variant of uncertain significance, which is a genetic abnormality, and it impacts every facet of his life. We're really fortunate to have partnered with Child Serve, and since doing so, Charlie has made amazing progress.
What type of things did Child Serve help provide?
Well, Charlie is definitely a platinum package when it comes to services. He receives occupational therapy, physical therapy, feeding therapy, speech therapy, and we have participated in 3 different therapeutic intensives.
in their universal exercise unit. And that really was the game changer for Charlie to help get him ready to begin crawling and ultimately preparing him to apply for a mobility grant through Variety.
Okay, and tell us about the mobility grants and what you were able to get.
So with the help of our physical therapist, we were able to request a pediatric gait trainer. He has a bright blue, medium size.
Now explain what a gait trainer is.
Absolutely, Lou. For those that don't know, it's a very fancy walker on wheels.
Okay.
It's his mobile gym in essence, right? And it allows him to get around in his community and to see the world upright, like typically developing children, as opposed to on his hands and knees, like when he met Dr. Walleg.
Right, and that, you mentioned game changer. That really is, it gives him a whole new perspective on life.
Since beginning using his pediatric gait trainer, Charlie has demonstrated so many new skills that he simply didn't have before. A lot of them are in areas you wouldn't think would be impacted.
Like what?
Feeding.
Feeding.
Feeding. So in order to move your food from side to side to your teeth, you also need to be able to move your arms and legs like this. And so while that would not be something you would expect,
no,
it has had a great impact on Charlie's ability to go from a purely pretty liquefied diet to what we call a level 5 diet, which is a mixed and mashed diet. And it's a big deal in our world, and it's just an example of the many things that help Charlie thrive in his daily life.
Now, using the gait trainer the way that Charlie does, and Charlie is a very active kid, we might add,
Yes.
he really opened up your eyes wider than they've ever been recently, and I want you to tell that if you can without crying,
Yes.
because this is really a cool story.
Yes, so with the help of our physical therapist and of course our school support team that is amazing, Charlie has begun walking with the support of only a few fingers or a hand, which is amazing. He's really trying to take his first unassisted steps, and just a few weeks ago Charlie walked down the hallway from the Owl Gym all the way down to the reception desk, which allowed him to see all of his favorite people, and sure enough, they all started cheering and crying, and it was just amazing.
That's what this is all about, Dr. Walleg, isn't it?
It's so true. Our partnership with families makes all the difference. Our partnership with Variety makes all the difference. It's all of us together that can have these types of changes for children.
Yeah, and this is not the first time you've heard stories like this. Tell us the Nazareth story.
You know, Nazareth is a young girl who is on our long-term care unit. She's simply immobile due to a medical condition, and she received an upright stander and was able to stand upright and face her peers and move down the hallway. So one day I asked her, I said, Naz, do you like standing up? And she said, yes. And I said, why? She said, well, when I stand up, I can see the whole world. It's life-changing.
Absolutely, but these projects and some of the things you're able to do is because of the support of Variety, the children's charity.
So true. They have been such a generous supporter of ChildServe. Again, 43 years, total over $5.6 million.
Over $5 million. So this is an amazing organization. You can see what Variety, the children's charity, does, and now is the time where you can help, everybody. Pick up your phone. Here's the phone number, 515-243-4660, 243-4660. If you like Venmo, that's great too. Variety Iowa is the Venmo code, varietyiowa.com/telethon will get you right to a donation page, but none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for Variety, the children's charity. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. And before we go, final thing you would say to the folks that are watching right now about supporting Variety, the children's charity. We'll start with you first, Nancy.
Every single dollar directly impacts the life of a child. It changes not only that child's life and the trajectory of their future, it changes the family's life. We can take Charlie places he could never go before. So I would ask you to open up your hearts and your wallets and give big.
I really can't say it better than what Nancy just said, other than it's going to change you as well. So be a Variety partner yourselves. It's life-changing.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to Variety, the children's charity telethon spotlight special, and time to focus in on another group that you really need to know about that has benefited from donations from Variety, the children's charity. Dental Connections is what it is called. Carly Ross is joining us, Dr. Jaspreet Chowdhury, and Mani, all here to tell us a little bit about it. And Dental Connections has been around for a long time, Carly, haven't they?
We have. We were established in 1919, so
Wow.
we celebrated our 100-year anniversary a couple of years ago. And we have been in this location since 1987 here in the United Way buildings on 9th Street. We serve over 18,000 patients a year, and we are a nonprofit dental clinic specializing exclusively in providing dental services.
Right, exclusively in providing dental services for who?
So we serve all people, but we really focus on caring for those who have barriers to dental care. So this might include someone with a language need, a transportation need, an accessibility need, or just anyone who needs a little extra care.
Wow, and Doctor, you've been involved with the practice here for how long?
I've been working here for 15 years, and I love it.
Why do you love it so much? You just lit up when you said that. You said you absolutely love it.
Well, I love serving the underserved kids. My passion is for a pediatric population and also for a lot of adult population who can't go somewhere else to seek care. So I love doing extractions, I love doing dentures, and I love seeing little kiddos and being able to take care of their needs, whether it's extraction or giving them a stainless steel crown or doing fillings in their mouth.
Wow, what is the attitude when the kids get their services done here and their teeth don't hurt them anymore, or they can chew? How does that change their life?
They are very grateful. Very grateful. I've had kids give me a hug after I pulled a tooth on them. They appreciate it.
Wow, Mani, you've had services done here, and you also mentioned your kids too. How long have you been coming here?
Almost 4 years.
For what do you think is so special about this place?
Like if I need any appointment, so as soon as they give me appointments, and then my kids have like too much, what is called a crown? Yeah.
They have cavities.
Cavity too much because eat too much chocolate. Then Dr. Chowdhury treatment, so I'm love it. I'm happy. Yeah.
And so it's
no pain.
Easy to access the services here.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. You mentioned over 18,000 people. That's an amazing number. But Variety has had a chance to come in and give you some more things that you could offer. What has Variety given you the ability to do?
So we're really grateful that Variety allowed us to make some modifications to this patient room as well as some of our other clinic entrances so that those rooms could be more accessible. We really focus on, as I said, overcoming barriers. A lot of our patients struggle with insurance status. They may not have insurance at all, or they may have limited insurance. So we really make sure that there's no reason that patients can't get the care that they need when they come here.
And Doctor, that's really important for people to get the care that they need, dental care that they need, even if they have some accessibility, obstacles in their way. How has this room changed everything?
It's been life-changing for some patients because we've had patients who are wheelchair-bound, and if you look at the hallways, some of them are a lot more narrower for our operatory doors. So I particularly remember a patient when we first got this grant and remodeled this room, and she came to this room. She was very grateful that she didn't have to, try to walk to this room. She was able to bring her wheelchair here comfortably and use the services very well.
How about that? So Variety really making a difference here. We see the entrance way to this room that we're standing in right now and the contributions that they make. Tell everybody that's watching right now how important the contributions from Variety is to Dental Connections.
Well, we're a nonprofit healthcare clinic, and so we can't survive without the support of our community partners like Variety. So we are just eternally grateful for the support that they've given our clinic, but more so that we can support our patients. So we really appreciate them.
All right, and we appreciate if you could help Variety, the children's charity, right now, folks. What we are looking for is we are looking for donations. Here's the number you can call. It is 515-243-4660, 515-243-4660. If you're a Venmo, you're a fan of Venmo, you can do that to Variety Iowa or VarietyIowa.com/telethon. We'll get you there. So you mentioned life-changing for some people that have accessibility issues here, but Variety's contributions have changed that, Doctor, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. And your kids and yourself,
Yep.
the services provided here, what would you have to say to people that are watching right now to give you the ability to have services?
I'm so super happy for all team members with good services.
Great
Yeah.
services, good
Yeah.
services, great services at Dental Connections. Carly, Doctor, and Monty, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for looking at Variety, the children's charity, and making a contribution to help great organizations like this. Welcome back to Variety, the children's charity Telethon Spotlight, and the big moment is upon us. We have Joe Mills. He is the district store director for Hy-Vee, a long relationship with Variety.
Yeah, thank you, Lou. Hy-Vee has been involved with Variety since 1983. Super important relationship we have with Variety. You look at the impact they have on our communities in and around Iowa, whether it's a big community or a small community, a big city or a small city. Just a tremendous impact Variety has had on countless children and just the great things they do in our communities for those kids. We're just super happy to be a part of it and super proud of our relationship that we've had since 1983.
And how about the great things Hy-Vee does for Variety, the children's charities? What are some of the things you have done this past year to raise some money?
Yeah, there's several things we've done this past year. We've done Roundup at the Register where our customers help us raise funds for Variety. We have actually had some bakery promotions too, where same thing, where our customers can help us by purchasing certain items. Then some of that money goes back to Variety, and then probably the thing that we're most well known for are VIP panels that we do, where we raise funds just asking for people for help just with a tremendous organization such as Variety. Pretty easy ask on our part, and something that we're super thrilled to be a part of every single year.
Yeah, and Hy-Vee's awful proud of the relationship, aren't they?
Absolutely, just a great relationship, and we are super proud of it.
All right, now a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen this year when it comes to raising money for Variety, the children's charity, through the response of Hy-Vee. Are we ready for the big reveal?
I think we're ready for the big reveal, absolutely.
All right, we're going to call on the talents of Sherry McMichael, the CEO of Variety, the children's charity, to walk in the big check, and this is a huge check. Sherry, please take a look at this. Over $500,000. Joe, this is absolutely incredible.
It's our pleasure, and it is incredible, and we're just super proud to be able to present this check today to Variety and to Sherry in particular here today with us.
$550,000 for Variety, the children's charity. And over the years, so much money has helped Variety, the children's charity, courtesy of Hy-Vee. You have to feel very proud.
We're super proud of it, and since 1983, we think this puts us right around $20 million that we've been able to raise for Variety. So thank all our employees, thank all our customers, but we're super proud of that and super excited to be able to hand this check today to Variety and Sherry in particular here.
And look at this helpful smile. They are everywhere, folks. Thank you, Hy-Vee, so much.
Yes, thank you very much. And a big thank you to all Hy-Vee employees, all the customers. We couldn't do it without you. Well, everybody, Sherry and Lou just hanging out on the porch, just reflecting on what we just witnessed over the past hour. You had a chance to learn about some great organizations right here in Central Iowa that really could not function the way they do without help from Variety, the children's charity. Well, this is just one example of some of the organizations that we provide services to, and there's many others. This past year, we granted over $2.1 million to 84 different organizations, and that's throughout the state of Iowa. And of course, we couldn't do this without the donors, so thank you. For anybody who has contributed, you still have time to contribute. You can contribute throughout the year. If you're interested in learning more about how to get involved with Variety, give us a call at 515-243-4660, and we will talk with you about that. Yeah, and you mentioned contributions, people making donations to Variety. Every little bit helps, doesn't it? Every single dollar helps. So large or small, we accept it all, and we sincerely appreciate it. So on behalf of everyone here at Variety, the children's charity, thank you so much for watching Variety, the children's charity Telethon Spotlight Special. Again, that number to call, 515-243-4660, and donate and help kids right here in the state of Iowa. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. And thank you.